A Father's Birthday. My audience will have already learned about my heroic father and the fantastic party that my mother hosted for friends and family on both sides of the aisle. I remember my teenage excitement, anticipating the birthday bash, which was a magnificent celebration on the 30th July 1953. What at the time I considered a ripe old age was the 40th anniversary of my dad's birth. Quite frankly, speaking in eulogistic terms of one's father reminds us, with a minor word change of Mark Antony's words in Shakespeare's Julius Caesar, that, quote, the good that men do is often interred in their genes. And false modesty aside, that would be too self-congratulatory to countenance. It would be like the mighty blast of one's own trumpet. It is my pleasant experience that when girls are born, twinkling stars light up the sky. But the birth of a boy who will most likely be a father one day is like, to put a pun upon it, a ray of sunshine. I know this to be true because my third child, Andrew, was born closer to the equator than his older siblings, and the event, which occurred on November 3rd, 1971, was heralded on the society pages of the premium Jamaican newspaper, The Gleaner. That was an astonishing surprise to me and was not commensurate with any deserved notoriety. The 25% increase in family size would not have reflected any extraordinary feat worthy of elevation to such privileged mention. I suspect that it was more likely due to the bond of friendship between this first-class journalist, Hartley Neater, and myself. We had for the first time met when he was the official press representative on Jamaica Prime Minister's delegation to European capitals. I was part of the Secretariat when Prime Minister Shearer was introduced to the Common Market's leaders in France, West Germany, and the Netherlands in 1967. As is our family custom, we assembled on Friday evening to wish Andrew a happy birthday, pray for his good health and comparable wealth, and be inspired by the expressions of love and appreciation for a loving, caring father, and for the good fortune of being blessed with a father that encouraged their academic performance and to the extent possible indulged and selflessly supported in tandem with their mother personal dreams for professional excellence in dance for Ashley and soccer for Matthew, both activities requiring perfection in physicality and spiritual integrity. Andrew is by nature and based on his children's revelations less formal and more laissez-faire in his social relationships, but yet as protective and watchful as the particular circumstances demand. He is what is known colloquially as kind-hearted and gets his greatest enjoyment from seeing others pleasantly surprised and just having fun. Well, what more would one expect from a perfect father? Emotionally, his performance can't be topped. An ambiance that is as family-centered with the right balance of tolerance and realism, given projections globally for the future, seems crucial now as both kids are currently, for the right reasons, living away from the comforts of hearth and home. But their survival training has been helpful, and additional useful hints are the order of the day to happily arrive at a successful standard. The truth be told, we live in a consumerist society, and hoping that their father becomes a millionaire sooner rather than later would not, in their view, nor for that matter in mine, an altogether bad circumstance. But that would, all things considered, be just like the icing on the cake. And there were two on the occasion of his birthday. his daughter Ashley offered to cut the strawberry cheesecake and Andrew the plain lemon. They were both extremely delicious. I have a not-so-secret obsession with dark chocolate, and when the birthday song was sung, the good luck toast delivered and received, the candles extinguished and the cakes sliced, I snuck off a corner of the plaque on one of the cakes and smiled with satisfaction as I witnessed in my mind's eye as a cultural baton passed from one generation to the other. Andrew was, from an infant, infatuated with Jamaican music, be it reggae, rock, rap, and the other subgenres. I would go with him sometimes to attend the public concerts at late hours of the night, and he would stand close to the stage and record every piece of the music. When he was old enough to have a driver's license, I didn't need to go. Our culture, as a foundation of his identity, meant a lot to him, and the Jamaican nature of his socialization he passed on with love of the Caribbean style to his kids. In recent years, he has also acquired a TV monitor which is stuck on radio broadcasts directly from the Caribbean. So going to his home is at times like a refreshing stroll down memory lane. This has helped him to demonstrate to the children how to cope with differences in style between Florida and quote-unquote yard. It is important that the father, as head sometimes of the household, creates an environment along with the mother that is reassuring and focused on what you can never be denied of, the socialization of one's juvenile years. Reggae music has given many of us a spirit also that is unique. We are as aggressive as the next, but we have a capacity for kindness that is a significant element in Andrew's personality. You only have to meet any of his two children to see that willingness to treat with everyone with respect and civility and brotherly affection. Part of this phenomenon is learned from the Ethiopian church and its biblical influence as practiced by the cult of Rastafarianism, which is evident in the reggae music. Because they borrow from the best attitudes to humanity that Andrew lives and breathes. I suppose most regular homes include a regular pet, and Andrew's family with a poodle of uncertain mix, who displays the usual characteristics of performance of art as well as any person, is no exception. His name, unsurprisingly, is Zion. These virtues are reflected in the way in which his children conduct their social relationships and will influence the way they achieve their goals. If their parents have made sure they cultivate these attitudes, they can be justly proud of what they have bequeathed to their children.